Good afternoon again. This is Patty Lima, and today I'm going to show you one of the other cards from the group of 3 that I did. And this one's very simple and very quick. So let me show you the products that I used, which, of course, I used the Hello Ladybug, one of my favorites out of the mini catalog. And then I use the layering circles. Little tip on this, if you like to keep them in these cases, I put magnets on the inside and then I kind of put my dies in there. So just your preference. And then I also used a Wish for Everything. This is a great set. Has different sentiments that you can put on the card, but it also has all these dies. And I have a couple of days cut out. And I actually have cut one of each of the sayings from here so that I could see what they say. But my tip on this is, because these are so intricate, that if you look on page 167 in the annual catalog, adhesive sheets. If you put a piece of the adhesive sheet on the back of your cardstock before you cut it out, it's much easier than trying to glue it on. And that's where I put the Valentine. And on here, it actually punches out Valentine's, and it actually does have the apostrophe. But I only want Valentine because, you know, it says Valentine, just a little reminder that you are loved. And the just a little reminder that you are loved is also in this A Wish for Everything. So let's get started, because like I said, this is a pretty quick card. And I'm going to bring, let me bring in what we're making it from. So your first piece is your card base, which is 9 3/4 by 5 1/2, scored at 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 4, and 5 1/2. I'm going to leave that there so once I get all the pieces, you can actually screenshot it if you want. And then, of course, your inside of the card is 4 by 5 1/4, and the 2 side pieces are 5 1/4 by 1 and 5 1/4 by 1 1/4. And then you'll also need 2 little ladybugs. So if you want to take a screenshot of that so you have the measurements, go ahead. And then we'll get started. Alrighty. So, our first piece is the card base. And like I said, we're going to score it at 1 1/4, 1 1/4, and 2 1/2. 2 1/2, at 4, and at 5 1/2. Okay, and that's your scoring. That's it. So just kind of fold. What I did was I just folded back and forth, back and forth. There you go. And if you notice, it has a little overlap here. And that was just to give the card a little more depth looking, I guess. So now you have this piece. And that's about how, so no matter which way, as long as you do folding back and forth, even if it comes out this side, you just flip it. Okay? Then you take your center piece, which is the 4 by 5 1/4. And as I told you yesterday, I like to already have my tapes on there. Put that right in here, centering it the best that you can. There you go. And now we're going to take from the Ladybug stamp set. This is Pear Pizzazz. And we're going to do the leaf. So ink that up nicely. I like to look at it, make sure it's all inked up. And then just kind of put it over here in this corner. And I like to hold it for a second just so it can soak the ink into the paper. Perfect. And we always like perfect, right? And oh, put my fingers right in that green because I wasn't looking. And now let's go ahead and stamp the sentiment in there. Which if you look, I have it upside down, but that's why blocks are good because they're clear. And then just put that. You can kind of fold that too so you can see where you want to put it. And I put it down a little bit so your ladybug has a place to go at the top. Okay, so that's all your stamping you're doing. Now, I didn't show you an embossing folder for the sides because, unfortunately, I didn't get my hearts one yet. So I just went in my stash, and this is actually a Stampin' Up! One that's retired. And I just like the X's and O's, which was another embossing folder. So go in your stash and see what you have that might work for this as far as embossing folders go. So this one, we're just going to put a little glue on it. And I'm heavy-handed again like yesterday. And you're going to put that one on this. And I put it over a little bit. Not as much, just so you could really see it when you close up this flap. See how you can see that piece. And then just put a little glue on this one. So again, you will be embossing these little pieces with whatever you have to emboss with. And then this one just gets centered on the front. And I kind of try to, well, line up these two here. And then that Valentine that I cut out, I'm taking off the white liner sheet, or the adhesive sheet, I should say is what it's called. Taking that off the back of it. And I guess if I use my pokey thing, it would probably work better. Normally it comes off in one piece. I'm not sure why it's not coming off in one piece. Okay, so the other thing with this one, because it does say Valentine's, I cut the S off. And I kind of just went into where the S is here and kind of just took this side off. And then when I got it like that, I just, whoop, dropped it. Then I just kind of slanted it. So you can't even tell there was an S there. So remember, you can do that with different things that have S's on them. So then I'm just putting this on here. Just press it down. And like I said, it already has the adhesive because I used an adhesive sheet on the white cardstock. Then you're going to take your two butterflies. Why do I keep calling them butterflies? They're ladybugs. Put a little glue on them. These I did not pop. I figured there was enough pop in the fold, so I figured I wouldn't pop those up. And then this one, what I did was I kind of put it over here to see where I wanted to put it so that my words, you can see them. And then I just put a little bit of glue on this side and a little bit of glue on the black side. And then kind of set it back in there. And like I said, just kind of figure out where you want your ladybug to be. And then just hold that for a second till it dries. And there you go. Voila, you're already finished. So this is a quick and easy card to make. And I hope these directions worked out for you. Thanks, and please like and subscribe, share, any of those things. I'll be back later to do the third card. So if you subscribe, it'll let you know when I've done that. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.